Hello everyone, this is Devann Edwards, aka Devann the Connector, connecting you, yes, you, to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Now in this video, we're going to discuss how all-knowing, all knowledge, all-knowing is hidden in your personal growth. All-knowing is hidden in your personal growth. Now, let's dive into this. And I also want to speak on a mastermind I was on today with not even today, probably yesterday now, with Lisa Nichols, and she was actually talking about limiting beliefs, and that's going to tie in with this topic, because we all know that, or if you're watching this, we should understand that we're either growing or dying in life, and sometimes we don't sometimes we don't even realize whether or not we're growing or dying. And for me personally, I realized that I was dying and dying in knowledge of myself and knowledge of my potential, because I wasn't connecting to the things that was going to empower me. I wasn't connected to personal development until a few years ago, probably 2016, 2015, where I was exposed to knowledge about my history and knowledge about business, knowledge about health. I mean, I've always been I've always been in tune with health, but it was the more that I grew in the knowledge of it, and then grew in the knowledge of how that health relates to my body, and how even spirituality relates to me, and even how history relates to me, and how business relates to me. And all those things I was growing through, it became a knowledge of mine that I carry with me. So I'm able to identify and know, okay, this is good for me, or this is bad for me, and being able to use discernment. And in order to gain like the knowledge we need to empower ourselves or connect to knowledge, we need to ask ourselves, what are we obsessed with? Because when you really like study a lot of successful people, when they go out going after what they want, they're really obsessed with it, And I heard a coach named Ed Myler, he said, your obsessions become your possessions. I was like, oh snap. I was like, oh, okay, your obsessions become your possessions. So all my life, I was obsessed with knowing more about myself. I was obsessed with my health. And so I improved my health, and I improved knowledge of myself as the years went on. And I gradually attracted that. And only recently, probably in the past 3 years, am I now obsessed with the aspect of the financial independence and freedom, because I know through personal development, through growth, through exposure, I know now what it means for me and my future in this lifetime. I know what a healthier me looks like in as I go forward. So, pivoting off to Lisa Nichols, she actually mentioned about limiting beliefs and failing. She mentioned that the willingness to fail is the readiness to fly. And often we want to say like, oh yeah, start with why, start with this, your why will make you fly, and all these other things. But it's truly knowing and truly identifying those factors that will really take us to becoming 1% better every day, as my Queen Xavier says as well. And failure, or to fail, is finding answers in learning. Finding answers in learning, and because failure is feedback, and growth requires failed experiences. So you have to experience something. You have to experience the failure to find that seed of equivalent benefit, to find those lessons. And then you plan the review. You take yourself back and say, okay, what did I learn from this experience? What am I now making? What am I now making an option in my life that is not serving me? And what is non-negotiable in my life? And like these things that we can be encouraged to really write these down to get more clarity. Because when we have more clarity, then we can then make those minor or even major breakthroughs. And I definitely realized that because I was I knew what internally I knew what I wanted, but it's not until I really got obsessed with knowing more that I was able to uncover what I wanted. And again, yeah, things got very clear, you know. And so now I'm connecting people to the knowledge that will empower themselves because that's what I'm passionate about. And I remember Lisa Nichols. She mentioned that you can't hate the teacher and love the lesson. You can't hate the teacher and love the lesson. Like this is like you have to really be grateful and really take it in your stride that this is part of the process. This is part of that journey to success. This is part of you getting to that ability of gnosis. This is part of that ability of knowing what you need to do and not limiting yourself. Knowing what you need to do and not limiting yourself. And one thing you could like I've done as well, and what you could do is really NeuroLinguistic Programming. There's actually an audio book on it. You should check it out. It's a very book, but check it out about neuralistic programming. But more so, like self-hypnosis and affirmations, like listening to affirmations in your sleep, preferably self-recorded, and also like really starting those habits, starting those habits like now, and just gradually building it up over time. Because again, our habits, when done in a multitude, in like every day and every way, it shifts. It ends up shifting and becomes our paradigm. So your habits become your paradigm. So we need to really. So what we can do to really begin to know ourselves more is really envelop ourselves in that personal growth, like in every way. So like it could be emotional, spiritual, mental, physical. Don't push the stuff away. Embrace it and identify the challenges so that you can learn the lesson and grow. So that's like remind myself of who I am. Like really connecting to personal development, like reading books, listening to audios that are directing me in wherever I want to, in the direction I'm looking to go. Because you can't, you'll be out of alignment if you're I mean, if you literally if you're focused on things that's not in alignment to where you want to go, it's not, doesn't make sense, does it? It really doesn't, if you think about it. But often we like to embrace temporary comforts and burn the opportunities. But I mean, it's not serving anyone. It's not really serving you, is it? So that's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do more of writing down what's optional, and whatever seems optional, make it identify if that should be non-negotiable for you as well. And ask yourself if you have any bad habits, or if you have any things that are not really growing you personally. Are you ready to quit those habits? And write down what those habits may be that you may be open to quit. Because again, it's the willingness to fail, the willingness to find answers in learning is in the readiness. You have to be ready. You have to be ready to have health freedom. You have to be ready to be mentally emancipated, to have mental freedom. You have to be ready to have emotional freedom. You have to be ready to have financial freedom. You may not know you may not know what the middle part, the middle road, or the journey looks like, but you know what the end goal you have in mind is. So take that step into the unknown and let's grow. And then you'll know. Take that step to grow and then you'll know. Okay? Now, if you liked what I shared, drop a fire in the comments below, and also I want you to really share what are you doing to personally grow every day? Put in the comments below, what are you personally doing to grow every day? I would love to see it in the comments and really engage with you. This is Devann Edwards, aka Devann the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Stay empowered, like, share, subscribe, follow, everything you want, everything you need to do and can do. Share with others, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.